All right, guys, we're back. Another NBA episode. There is a lot of things to talk to. Javar, welcome back to the show, man. How the hell you doing? We haven't spoken in a little while, man. What's going on?
Doing good, sir. I'm on the eve of being 35 years of age.
Yeah,
In this good year, 2023. It's been good, man. It's been a lot going on since last time we talked. It
yeah.
was good NBA final. Well, not to say good NBA finals, but good playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
The draft was pretty interesting. It looked like it was loaded. A
Yeah.
lot of movement already, in this summer. Not as much free agency, signings, but still been a lot going on. You love to see the summer and the league shuffles, man. It's always fun.
This is one of the most entertaining times of the NBA season, and the NBA season is not even on, which is crazy.
hmm
But it's so fun, man, with social media and with Twitter. But before we get into all of that, we do have to congratulate the Denver Nuggets. They did win the NBA championship. I know,
Oh,
right?
it did happen, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, Mike Malone, sorry, but we don't care. Okay. No, let me stop. Shout out to him, man.
No,
Look,
they were the best team in the West all year, and
yeah,
they were amazing in the playoffs. Jokic, I mean, you got to give him his flowers. We were kind of hard on him,
we were,
We were
but
saying, to
rightfully
get
so, in
those
my opinion.
exactly to be certified like everybody's trying to say he was, and it clearly is now. Two-time MVP, possibly third, who he's in the running for.
Should
I
have
mean, he
been.
had a monster playoffs, and I can't say nothing but praises. I mean, he's the best player in the league. I give him his props. I mean, we couldn't do nothing with him.
Nope.
So we got the league goes through Jokic right now.
Yeah, yeah, man. Just to echo a few of those thoughts. He did win Finals MVP. I think he averaged like 27, 15, and 11 or something. He averaged a triple double in the NBA Finals, which is crazy. I think only they said Wilt Chamberlain did that once,
Right,
which is disgusting. Like if you're in a conversation with Wilt Chamberlain at all. So
right.
yeah, I mean, shout out to him. Shout out to those guys. Let's talk about the news right after that we were waiting on. John Morant.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, another thing that came and went, but John Morant, Adam Silver came down with the heavy suspension. I thought, honestly, I thought it would be a little more games, but 25 games is a lot to me. I mean, that's a quarter of the season or more than a quarter of the season. So, what's your
what were you
reaction
thinking?
to
What were you thinking it was going to be?
I thought there was no way that we were going to see him before the All-Star break. Like, but then
Like half the
again,
season or something?
yeah, but then again, like I'm born in '93, so like I'm just used to David Stern, and like David Stern is just like, no nigga, like you're done.
Out of here. Yeah. I
Yeah,
thought you have a
but
second chance. It's like
yeah,
throw him in the gulag.
yeah, no facts. But I mean, obviously Adam Silver realizes that he can't be as harsh as David Stern was, and sometimes David Stern needed to be as harsh as he was sometimes. But it's a different time. The league is in a different state. The league has a way better image than it did when David Stern took over in '84. So, 25 games for John Morant, man. What do you think? Fair, unfair, and how do you think this affects Memphis?
I think it's fair. It's interesting that the players union sound like they were ready to like appeal it or something, but Ja looked like he was just going to take it in stride. So I wonder if he's going to try to appeal. I think it was about what I was thinking, probably about 20 games. Just because Adam Silver, I just don't see him, being heavy-handed. And these
Yeah,
guys just make too much money. He's such a big star, so he's really probably the one of the top American stars. Him, Tatum, whatever you want to call Zion. We need these guys to be viral and be stars and be out there for the product. So it
hmm,
doesn't do anybody any good for him to be missing half the year or a whole year.
yeah.
So that's about what I thought.
Yeah, man. I mean, and look, the reality is, like you said, the players union, and there were a lot of talking heads that were like, "This is so severe, and this is not fair, bro." Like, all of the allegations that he had, he made the apology video. He met with Adam Silver and lied to his face. Like, Adam Silver had to do something to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And
But
if
Julian, they said it was a toy, bro.
Nah, I don't. Look, it was a toy to the water gun. Yeah, good try. Good try. Yeah, no, I mean, look, hopefully, I mean, we said this last time, but seriously, hopefully this is a wake-up call for Ja, and he realizes that he can make $1 billion in his playing career. Like it's possible with endorsements. And just his talent. Like he's only what 22. There's like he still has another $200 million, $300 million probably contract coming up if he plays his cards right. So yeah, I mean, yeah, let's just hope that he learns from this and that we don't have to talk about this stupid shit no more.
Actually, somewhat related. These Carolina boys. It's not on the run sheet. What's up with Zion and Mariah Mills? Why is this? Why are we not talking about that?
I totally forgot that. Like literally, like I totally forgot until you said Zion's name, and I was just like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Zion like them?
Let's discuss.
He like them long hair, thick red bone. It is what it is. He like them girls, man. He. So that's look, why. That's why. So it's them beignets and them booties. He can't leave. New Orleans bad for him.
What?
Man. Get out of there. Need to send this man to Utah or something.
Oh man, nah, he just gonna fly out of Utah. But look, can you
True.
Can you tell people what the difference is between the Zion situation and the Ja situation? Because people are trying to compare them and say, oh, like why are we so lenient on Zion versus we're so hard on Ja Morant? Like neither one of them is breaking the law.
Yeah, I mean, it's more. I mean, because that's a key thing there. That I'm glad you mentioned that. Ja Morant, he's not breaking the law, but it's an image thing. I mean, it's about There's one thing about Zion getting caught up in the lifestyle and not be able to keep his women under control. That we've seen that in 30 years of history of NBA. These stars, these guys, basically probably weren't getting no booty the entire life for whatever reason, and. It's just out of control when they just these dime pieces are throwing it at them, left and right. It's I can only imagine how you can manage that. So it's funny for us to joke on that, but that's a whole different lifestyle that it's just hard to really comprehend. Whereas Ja Morant, nobody's doing that. Like nobody's out here flashing guns and trying to be a thug, on IG Live. Like doesn't do that. That's just really outside the norms there. So like. Only people who's doing that is people who end up in prison or killing somebody or something like. So that's why it's like it's more like the NBA wants to really stop before this escalates into worse because there actually were some instances possibly of gun-related stuff there. So let's stop before you mess around and shoot somebody or somebody come with that thing and really come at you with it. So like that's what I think the severity is.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's definitely an image thing, but I think it's more for like the younger generation because whether these guys want to be role models or not, they are. And when you post something like that on your social media for everybody to see, children are going to emulate that, good or bad. I mean, it's just a reality. So, but yeah, I mean. The Zion situation is more hilarious than anything because I don't know like how closely you've been following this, but she like
not super. I just know she just won't stop. Like the Mariah Mills, it's been like weeks. She's still at it. I don't even know what's going on now.
Yes, no, she's still at it. Yeah, like they like banned her Twitter because she tried to like extort him publicly, saying that she was pregnant and she wanted money. Like it was like she's fucking nuts. Like
and
she's got his
too,
name
right?
tatted.
Wasn't there at least a couple other ones?
Yeah,
I don't know. Like I know there was the one thing he came out that he was having a baby with this lady who used to be a stripper or porn star anyway, but I guess she hung that up. She's retired, whatever, and and whatever. And then Mariah Mills came out and basically was just putting him on blast that for everything basically. Like he's just a lover boy, and he's just trying to fly her out here and trying to basically trying to have a situationship with her or something like that. And I don't know. I kind of left it at that after like the first few days. I didn't know that it was still going on like weeks later. Yeah. And then I think I heard there was a third one that might have came out something too. So apparently Zion, he just like these porn stars and these freaky girls, and he just a sex fiend.
Yeah. I mean it's like you said, man. It's the access. He got $200 million and he's a young single man. So shout out to you, Zion. Keep doing your thing. Private, I guess.
I say like just roll a little different, okay? Yeah. I get it, but
yeah.
Jeez. Get a restraining order by now. Like, come on, like cut this girl off. Like,
yeah. Nigga, send the Escalade over, nigga. Do what you gotta do. Something. God damn. All right. NBA free agency. Let's get into it. There's a lot of things to discuss. There are a few trades to report as well. So Boston has made a few moves. They have Kristaps Porzingis now. They gave away Marcus Smart and Tyus Jones and Danilo Gallinari, Mike Muscala to the Wizards. So
How about they had a trade that kind of just failed in the middle of the night because of Brogdon. They were trying to get rid of him on the low.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing they was trying to do it as Isaiah Thomas. These damaged goods, trying to throw them off the other teams. The Clippers are like, bro, can I see a physical, please? Like,
yeah.
they was like, no, we need this trade done by midnight because of Porzingis opt-out deadline or something like that. And the Clippers are just like, no, like I don't trust it. Like,
yeah, it's. I mean, honestly, I
don't even know what's really going on with Brogdon. They're kind of being vague about it. I don't know what's
they're
wrong.
saying that. From what I saw, he almost has like a Kawhi thing, like a degenerative issue, like with his it's not his knee, it's something in his leg, to where
Really?
he can't play a full season. And the Clippers were just like, get the fuck out of here, like we can't have both of these niggas on the
right. Right.
So yeah, but I mean, that deal fell through, and then the one that ended up going through was the Marcus Smart deal. So from all sides, man, how do you feel? I mean, I honestly like Kristaps Porzingis in Boston. I think that he gives them something new, and this gives Boston a chance to get like a real point guard. No disrespect to Marcus Smart, but he isn't what you would call a traditional point guard, in my opinion. And honestly, I mean, Kristaps Porzingis, he averaged 27 on the low last year, like for the Wizards. Like he had a really good season. He just played for the Wizards, so nobody cared. But I think Boston got better, if I'm being real. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I was going to say talent-wise, on paper, I mean, on paper they probably had the best team on paper anyway last season. So now it's just like, yeah, even more talent. Yeah, interested to see how it makes sense on the floor.
Yeah,
I still feel like they need a point guard. So I mean, and losing
Malcolm
Marcus
Brogdon,
Smart,
isn't it?
Well, yeah, you can't really rely on him being there in the play. I mean, really, he's not like he's okay at that, like setting the team and all of that. But I don't know if they really even like him. Like they were kind of talking slick. Well, he was talking slick to them, like when they were kind of falling apart, like basically saying that we're falling apart. Like usually you're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to say we're banded together. We're gonna fight through this. But he was kind of saying, yeah, I don't know what's going on. We're not playing like we used to. We're falling apart, and they're trying to trade him. So it's just like I don't know how that goes in the locker rooms. I don't know if he's your guy.
What about Derek White?
No, he's like a good a 6-man backup, but no. I'm interested to see because you still haven't heard anything about Jaylen Brown extension. Or are they calling up Portland and be like, hey, this Heat offer is garbage? We'll talk about Dame Lillard here later, but I can't help but wonder if they're sitting there lurking, trying to get Dame for Jaylen Brown.
Yeah,
and I think that'd be interesting. So right now, I just don't think they're complete. I don't think they're done wheeling and dealing, and but if they are, it still would be interesting because now Marcus Smart was a big part of their team. Like, he wasn't the best, offensively, but he was solid. He actually did some of that stuff that, trying to keep the team together. He was a leader on the floor and in the locker room. Defensively, he was amazing. This guy just won Defensive Player of the Year last season, the season before last. So I think that's a big loss. But, Porzingis, I just don't 100% trust him in the playoffs and games that matter, but with now in a good culture with teams that's been winning before already, they don't need him to be anything extra than what he is, honestly. So it'd be interesting to see how they fit. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go. I wouldn't be surprised if they're the number 1 seed again, but it all comes down to them. Or is this going to be the player that helps get them through in the playoffs? I can't say that because I don't know. I don't know if they needed a guy like him to break through last year. So I don't know.
I don't know, man. I mean, maybe I'm just optimistic, but I really like this move for them. I don't think that they lost anything that they couldn't replace with Marcus Smart, aside from maybe leadership. But I mean, hopefully, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, those guys have been through it. They've been far enough. Like they kind of know what it takes at this point to at least get to the finals. So hopefully you don't lose everything you had in leadership and toughness in losing a Marcus Smart. But I think they can fill in the gaps defensively together. And I think offensively, they're just on a whole nother level. Like, I mean, Porzingis is somebody that you can throw the ball to and get a bucket when you need one. And I mean, he's still 7'3". He still shoots at the top of his head. Like,
I just think he's a bit of a volume shooter. Like he needs a lot of shots. I mean, we just remember him playing with Luka, and he was just really just being inconsistent. I know they were kind of using him as a bit of a spot up shooter, but I don't see that changing unless Jason Tatum go get his 20 shots, Jaylen Brown get his 20 shots. So Porzingis going to have to fight for 15 with Derek White and Horford and all those guys. So I don't know. Like he's kind of going from being the first option in a way with the Wizards down to the third option.
Mm-hmm.
So unless something changes, which I wouldn't be surprised, I'm not really sure if he's going to be able to get in his rhythm and provide that the actual shooting that you're expecting, because we saw that again with when he was the second option and he just was not able to deliver. So
yeah, I mean you could be totally right. I would say that fit matters, and I think this fit is a little better than it was in Dallas, but that remains to be seen.
But I'm glad they're shaking it up, though. They needed to do something, the Celtics. So.
Yeah. And Washington they just don't care.
Why are they choosing this year to blow up? Like you got Wembanyama and Scoot, this loaded draft. At least should have been blowing this up, but now they want to tank when it like now next year's draft is like one of the worst ones. Bronny. Oh, okay, that's what it is.
They want Bronny, bro. That's all they care about is Bronny.
All right. Whatever.
Bradley Beal. I mean, the Washington Wizards have traded Bradley Beal finally to the Phoenix Suns for Chris Paul, Landry Shamet, multiple picks. And I think there was a third team. Indiana was also involved in this trade to get it done. I believe they got picks. Phoenix, man, what do you think? They have, Bradley Beal, Booker, KD, Ayton, and then no bench. Well, they have Eric Gordon, who just signed with them, and they have Yuta Watanabe. I think Yuta is really going to shine there, especially with his experience playing with KD, just being that stretch big. Yeah. But what do you think about the Suns, man?
They're going to be interesting. I mean, I don't know. I have to see because I don't really know. I guess I haven't watched Bradley Beal enough, like to really know like how his game fits well because he seems real replicative with Devin Booker. Like I know they're not the same, but just seems like they have similar packages. I don't worry about Kevin Durant fitting in with those guys, but it's just what does Bradley Beal really give you there? I don't know. Mm-hmm. Look, he's better than what Chris Paul was. I mean, Chris Paul was just a skeleton basically out there. So,
are you Patrick Beverly? Do you hate Chris Paul now?
No, I don't. It's just let's be real. Like he was not helping out there. So yeah, and you couldn't rely on him in the playoffs anyway. So
yeah.
As a swap, just talk about it, layman's terms, Chris Paul for Bradley Beal. I mean, that's a win. But it's funny, they don't give a damn about luxury tax. This new owner is just like
pay him.
Look, this is just fun money right here. I don't give a fuck. Like
hey, if you got it,
else pinching pennies and treating it like a business. He just like tax apron, repeater tax, whatever. Blow right past it. I don't care. Give me 3 Supermaxes.
Yeah. I mean, look, the job may not be finished. We'll see what other moves they can make, but
I feel like Ayton's just going to be bait by the deadline, right? Like,
oh yeah. For the Lakers. But we'll see. We'll see.
I don't know. You think we're going to take his 30 plus 40 million salary?
Yes.
I don't know. I can see like the Mavericks maybe or somebody or I don't know. I don't know who really will want him. Like,
it's going to be like a trade involving D'Lo because I feel like D'Lo is going to be unhappy because Gabe Vincent. But anyway, we'll get to that later. Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal
too. Yeah.
Yeah. Bradley Beal. Does he help the Suns? Sure, of course he does. But I still don't think they addressed their biggest issue, which was their depth. Like I said, Eric Gordon does help. I mean, he can still be a spot-up shooter. Yuta Watanabe doing the same thing, but they tried this last year. Like they tried dropping 50 apiece and running out guys like Landry Shamet and Damian Jones and Cameron Payne. And no disrespect to those guys, but like in a playoff series against a good team, that's just not going to get it done. But look,
did they get any like swings? I haven't heard about any 3s or 4s that they picked up.
They probably did. They're just guys that don't have any name value in the league. There's like they picked up like 5 or 6 guys, including Eric Gordon in Utah, but they're like some I don't know. Maybe I'm a casual because I just don't know their names, but yeah, I
Well, I
don't.
guess Watanabe is one. He's a small
Mm-hmm,
forward. Oh, I just saw they picked up Torrey Craig.
oh.
Or no, actually, no. Sorry, that was Chicago picked up Torrey Craig. Sorry. No, but yeah, either way. So that was the guy they lost. So yeah, I don't know. They lost Jock Londale.
Yep.
Some of the guys that played good for them, they kept Damian Lee. They have a lot of two guards, I see all these two guards. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, again, they're gonna have the same problems. They're not gonna have problems scoring, but who's gonna defend on this team?
Mm-hmm.
If KD at this point, you got to realize he's injury prone. If he misses time, how are they gonna cover for him? So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really see it with them right now, but they believe in their vision. They're blowing past it, spending all their money. And like I said, I feel like they're gonna be looking for deals for DeAndre Ayton, like all through the deadline, like a better way to balance their roster. So
Yeah.
maybe some team will decide that they want to make a major pivot and package a few guys with Ayton or something.
We'll see. We'll see. Chris Paul, he's not done. He's not done, guys. He's not done. He's going to the Golden State Warriors. For Jordan
Have you
Poole.
ever? I can't think of a Hall of Fame player that's been passed around ever like this. Like this man been traded about 10 times, bro. Like he didn't play.
No,
for
Russell
every team.
Westbrook. Russell Westbrook been traded a few times.
He getting up there too. But yeah.
Yeah. Chris Paul is definitely Melo towards the end of his career got passed around a little bit too. But anyway, yeah. Chris Paul to the Warriors, Jordan Poole to the Wizards. Twitter's so funny. Twitter was like Draymond punched a nigga, got him traded, and then got 100 million. Like it's just so funny. Like,
Draymond is
funny.
like,
yeah, nigga. How do you think
my
CP3
town.
helps the Warriors at all? If you think that he does.
I mean, at least it's a guy that's focused on the mission, right? He's trying to win, as opposed to Jordan Poole out here just trying to fuck with bitches and right and party, and all salty about the situations. You figure Chris Paul, I know they've had their battles, and Chris Paul against the Warriors, where he was with the Rockets, the Clippers, or whatever the case may be. It was pretty contentious, honestly. But look, they won 4 times, and you ain't won shit, bro. So you got to keep your head down, and nobody cared about the point guard up in here, like you. You come off the bench, homie. Like, probably so. So I mean, he's just gonna be. Hopefully, he just humbly looking to try to get this ring, and he's in his Gary Payton phase. The last few years of his career, just ring chasing.
That's crazy. Damn. Don't nobody care about the point guard. Shit. You're right though. Yeah, I mean, he's 100% coming off the bench, which is crazy. Because Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Draymond, and Looney are going to start probably. I mean, I guess if they start small, Chris Paul could start, but I don't know, man.
It might be good for him to just play less, like 20, 25 minutes, just really scale down his workload to the playoffs, maybe, But
this is just a weird fit for me. Like, I just.
Yeah. It's not super clean. I know they have high basketball IQ, and they'll try to figure it out. Steve Kerr is a great coach, but I don't know. Like, I'm sorry I interrupted you.
I think Chris Paul's going to be trade bait by the deadline as well.
I actually didn't think about that. Yeah.
He's probably going to be trade bait too, but we'll see. I mean, look, I am not a Chris Paul hater by any means. I hope that it works out the best for him, and I want to see him win a championship. I really do.
Same. I do too. I think he's one of the best point guards of our generation. Maybe probably the best pure point guard I've ever seen. Yeah, the pure point guard, like that plays like a point guard is supposed to play. Like in my lifetime, he's probably been the best one. Mm-hmm. So, I feel like he's an asshole. Like he's not somebody we're supposed to love, but like just as a competitor, somebody who's been around, like he deserves that. Yeah. I feel like he's got so much pride. He don't want to take a buyout and be like on a minimum type player, because otherwise he would have probably been on the Lakers and it would have been a clean fit. It might not have been the minimum. We probably gave him for like the mid level or something, but he still want to be a 30 million guy.
Whatever. Want that money? It's like you said. Like That is like guys are playing well past their prime now because the money's just so big. Like, yeah. Let's move on to John Collins. Yeah, my Hawks, man. They gave him away for nothing. They gave him
Right,
away
they
for,
just like retired this dude, man. Like nobody wants this guy. We've been trying to trade him for 3 years. Nobody wants him.
They were trying to trade this nigga for 3 years, and he was like, you know what? Fuck it, get him out here.
Just like,
Send him to Utah.
Best offer, please. Just somebody anything. A few seconds, Utah okay, whatever, like, please.
Rudy Gay to pick, yeah, sure.
Damn it, whatever. Get this motherfucker out of here, please. He's taking my roster spots and taking my money. Like,
I thought that.
I wonder how he feel about this. He's got to be like, damn, man. Rudy Gay in some seconds. Y'all really wanted me off that bad? Like, I'd come off the bench. My niggas like that. Like. Like y'all sent me to Utah for Rudy Gay and some seconds. Damn. Damn. Like Trey, you couldn't fight for me, Trey. No. Bruh.
Shit.
I paid for dinner last week. Like that's how you do it,
No, John Collins definitely heated. This nigga go from Atlanta to Utah. Holy. Oh my God. I mean, honestly, look, I think Utah got better. But yeah.
I mean, he's not a bum. It's just he's just overpaid, and he's not a star. So I don't really know where he's gonna fit with Utah because they already got Lauri Markkanen and Kessler, and feel like I'm missing
right
somebody
next
else.
To him. Nope, you're not. They're
gonna
play
him at the 3 or
right
something.
Next to him.
Or
they're gonna play him at the 4. Yeah, interchangeable, whatever. Yeah, and right now Jordan Clarkson and who's their point? Is it still Colin Sexton? I can't remember.
They had him coming off the bench.
Yeah, they did.
They messed up because they should have tanked, and they didn't really have they had a lottery pick, but it was like what 14 or 15, 13, something like that. So I don't even know who they picked.
Me either. They tried so hard. Shout out to John Collins, man. I'm sorry that they do you like this, but holy shit.
Yeah. It really, I guess with the new CBA, man, if you overpaid, like these GMs, they want you out of here because you just taking up too much of the salary cap where you can't do nothing with that. We kind of just thought the salary was just gonna keep growing and growing and growing. Okay, like even role players making 25, 30 million. Like we have seen quite a correction. I mean, there's some guys who got paid. We'll talk about like Bruce Browns and some of the other Van Vliet. I mean, oh my God, like some of these guys.
Max Strus.
Yeah, Max Strus. Ooh, get your money, boy.
Yeah,
just came out of nowhere.
It did. Really.
But
Dylan Brooks.
But a lot of these guys also are like really, getting, scraps like compared to what you thought they'd be getting.
Mm-hmm. Russell Westbrook. Yeah, let's talk about free agency for a little bit, man. Bruce Brown. There was a lot of discussions. Yeah, a lot of discussions about is he going to stay in Denver? Is he going to leave Denver? Is he going to the Lakers? Is he going to? This nigga was like, I'm going where the money is, and Indiana gave him 2 years, $45 million. Shout out to him, man. I was he undrafted too? I think I
believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either undrafted or second round. Like.
Yeah, another late bloomer. Showed out in Brooklyn with KD and Kyrie and them.
You know what? He's Denver. Probably going to be perpetual trade bait too. Like.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%. But at least he got his money. And honestly, I mean, I feel like Indiana could probably make the playoffs with their roster now. I mean, they re-signed Tyrese Halliburton, I think, for $260. They got Bruce Brown. They still have Miles Turner for whatever reason. And
was that rookie they had Mathurin?
Yeah, Benedict Mathurin. They added somebody else. I'm missing. Whatever. But yeah, shout out to Bruce Brown. I'm happy he got his money. The Cavs, man. I think the Cavs low key had a really great free agency so far. They extended their bench guy, Karis LeVert, and they signed 2 really good shooters with Max Strus and George Niang. And
they really needed shooting bad too.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think that was like their biggest that was like their biggest hole last year is that they had basically no shooting aside from like getting a starting 3, which maybe Strus or Niang could do. And apparently they're looking to move Jared Allen maybe. to
I
give,
saw that. I saw
yeah,
that, which I kind of
to
predicted they might have to. Yeah.
yeah, to open it up for Mobley. So, what do you think about the Cavs, man, and their moves here so far?
Just good moves, just good process. I mean, I think they're just going along the way. Basically they're building around Mobley and to an extent Mitchell too,
Yeah.
and Garland, and they're just you're not they're not blowing their wad, just trying to do the most like the Mav did when they got Luka.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta build slowly. So until it's time to strike. Okay, your guys are have a little season, a little playoff experience. They're basically ready for the next steps to really contend. I think they realize they're not quite there in contention yet. They're just trying to get there. So yeah.
I think they have the talent to be a top 4 seed in the East.
Yeah.
Especially if Evan Mobley can put it together. He had a horrible playoffs.
Yes,
So
he did.
hopefully he's in the lab and he's getting better, because I think we can all see the talent that he has. But their two big lineup just doesn't make sense with the way the NBA goes now. So yeah, I mean it'll be interesting to see if they do decide to move off of Jared Allen and open up the floor for guys like Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland and get open shots for Max Strus and George Niang. So I really like what the Cavs did here. Kyrie Irving sweepstakes. There was reports that he was going to take a meeting with Phoenix. He was going to take a meeting with the Lakers and da da da. Like 12 o'clock.
Clearly, that's
like,
just
yeah,
like
Max.
him, right? Like it's him, like leaking it to Shams or whoever, Chris Haynes. Like, man, I'm meeting with KD and the Suns.
Mm-hmm.
The Suns people
so
are like,
mad.
"What? We're not meeting with these fools. Why are you saying it?" Like I saw some reporters like Kyrie is not meeting with the Suns. Whoever putting this out is not telling the truth, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, he basically is trying to, I guess, draw up interest for his own, for his own price. Mavericks basically competing against themselves and gave him, it's not a max, so I guess props to them for like having some kind of a line in the sand, but still a 3-year deal.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
That's not bad to me.
It's not bad, but I'm sure it's gonna be some drama. Count down to the next Kyrie incident and see how it goes. I feel like Dallas just they have not done enough. I mean, I know they didn't really have a lot of options. They didn't, a lot of flexibility there, but damn, I mean, if I was a Mavericks fan, I'd be nervous, man. I feel like Luka about to ask out like any year now.
Yeah, I agree. They also signed Seth Curry to a 2-year deal. I mean, obviously.
Oh, and Dwight Powell, they brought him back. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Dwight Powell. Yeah.
and what's his name? Reggie Bullock and I feel like somebody else. Yeah, they're making moves over there, boy.
Shout out to the Dallas Mavericks.
What's up with Christian Wood? He's still out there. Nobody wants Christian Wood.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he had a decent season for what they used him as, but I figured that he would play more with Dallas, and he just didn't. So I don't know if that's coaching.
You was hyping that move. You thought he was going to be you thought he was the second option they needed. I was like, man, I don't know about that one, brother.
I mean, I saw his talent and his skill set. I was like, okay, it fits with what Luka wants to do. And they just didn't use him that way. So I don't know if Luka didn't like him. I don't know if he's just a dummy. Go ahead.
I'll take him on the Lakers for the minimum.
I mean, yes. Yeah, I would do it. I mean, like, yeah, my only thing with Christian Wood is that he's only 6'9". I thought he was a lot taller than that. I thought he was at least a 7-footer, but I mean, whatever. I mean, Dwight Howard's only 6'9". That's not true.
I think he is. Yeah, like 6'9" without shoes. He just played big.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Draymond Green, of course, we talked about it a little early. Draymond Green, he was also reportedly going to be taking all these meetings and da. People didn't know what they were going to do. Is dynasty over? Yeah, 1201. Yeah, nigga, Warriors, 4 years, $100 million. Kind of predictable to me. What do you think?
Well, I'm glad. I'm happy to see it. I hope that Draymond and Steph stay together forever, and Clay too. I mean, we'll see. Hopefully, he gets some kind of extension that's reasonable because he's getting paid like the max right now. And Clay, you're not a max player, Clay. If you come in here trying to get 40 million, probably not gonna work out good. So it's good that Draymond's reasonable. I mean, he kind of re-upped for the same amount he was already making, maybe a little haircut, about 25 million a year. So I mean, it's great, man. It's just funny, like you said, that they really just run shit. It's like, oh, Jordan Poole, you talking shit because you got your pay, you got your little check. And he had to swing on it because I guess it came out that Jordan Poole was talking shit. Like he actually said something about you gonna be on the Kings next year, homie, or something like that. And like right after he got his extension, and Draymond knocked his ass out. And the team was just like, "Hey, Draymond, do what he do, man." You know, nobody kind of really. I mean, I think he got a little slap on the wrist, but you know, it was kind of, you know, they were the defending champions. They still wanted him there for ring night and blah blah blah, and they never really put it past them, and they fizzled out in the playoffs. And while Jordan Poole taking all these lumps from everybody talking shit, they traded his at. They got the new GM, right? Dunleavy Jr. It's funny. Yeah. I remember when he was playing, he was a bum. Anyway.
He's a decent shooter, bro. Don't say that.
Okay. We used to stomp the Warriors. But yeah, so like one of his first press conference, he was saying, "We love Jordan Poole. We're keeping him, blah, blah, blah." And then like a week later, they trade him. So, okay. But I think it's for the best. I mean,
I do too.
We talked about that too. I mean, Jordan Poole, he's a good player. He'll go to the Wizards, put up numbers, get 20 shots. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, you know, if it comes down to picking between Jordan Poole and Draymond Green, even though Jordan Poole's younger, you're not winning shit really when it comes down to it with Jordan Poole as your guy. Draymond Green, you know, you can win with Draymond Green. So, you know, they made the right move. So
yeah, that's the simple reality of it. I mean, do you think you can still win with Draymond versus do you think you could win with Jordan Poole right now?
I think he's aging pretty well too. I thought the Draymond would probably like fall off like once he started getting a little old, but you know, even you know, I don't know why really, because he doesn't rely on athleticism. He's just his IQ, and he's got long arms and strength, and so you know, as long as he's able to stay healthy, he's still gonna be solid out there.
Exactly. Yeah. Shout out to Draymond. I wouldn't be surprised if Jordan Poole is like an all-star next year, just because he's going to be getting hella shots, and I'm sure he'll be putting up 25 a game, something like that, just because he's going to be literally the only one that's able to shoot the ball over there. So
him and Kuzma.
Yeah, Kuz got his money too. He got 102 mil. Shout out to Kyle Kuzma. Houston, holy shit. What the fuck are they doing?
I don't understand their strategy at all, man. Hopefully you've read something or not understand.
No,
I don't know.
I haven't read anything. Dylan Brooks, 4 years, $80 million. I honestly am not angry at this because
he's an okay player. I mean, we talk shit, but he. Go ahead.
Dylan Brooks deserves to be in the league, and he deserves to be on a roster somewhere. But Fred VanVleet, 3 years, $130 million. After they just drafted Amen Thompson, 4th overall, I don't understand.
I mean, there must be really reports out there that Fred VanVleet is just like amazing in the locker room, and you know he gets to practice early, and he just shows these guys how to be professionals or something. Because it feels like they're really just trying to get professionals in the room. That's what it comes down to.
They're trying to get vets.
Vet. And I don't really, you know, the Dylan Brooks thing that kind of goes counter against that in a way. But maybe just like culturally, they're just trying to get guys that come in here trying to win, is trying to, you know, be about that. And, you know, that's why they let KJ Martin out of there. Christian Wood, he's already, you know, he's out. They let him out a year prior. But they're just trying to get some of the guys that are maybe like bad locker room guys out of there and kind of get guys that are good locker room guys, even though they're way overpaying for it. I guess they're just hoping that they'll help push the tendencies and the talents of like Jalen Green and Amon Thompson, who they just drafted, and Sengun, and some, you know, they got some talent, some young guys down there. But I'd be concerned that the guys that they're bringing are pretty much the same positions. I mean, I don't, but you know, they tried to get Brook Lopez. They tried to get. Surprised they didn't like try to get Austin Reeves, but you know, I think they're just trying to get professionals in there, some veterans in there that could just help look like a NBA team instead of just getting stopped by 30 every night, you know.
Makes sense, because they also picked up Jeff Green from Denver, which is, you know, another vet, a champion. Yeah, like you said, they got Jock Landale as well. So yeah, I mean, but right now they have 3 point guards, so don't know what they're gonna do with that. They still got Javar
The thing about the VanVleet, though, is that he's making so much money. I just don't even think that's going to be tradable. Like, who's really going to want that, even if like a year or two, if they're trying to trade that? $40 million for Fred VanVleet? Hell no. I mean, he's a good player. I thought the Lakers would be in the market for him if they didn't want to keep D'Angelo Russell. I thought he'd be in that range, about $25 million a year.
Nope, you're too low. let's talk about our Lakers, man. We we made a lot of moves. A lot of moves that I really like. I'm going to get your thoughts on each individual guy, and then we can talk about the re-signings. But we got Cam Reddish for the minimum, a journeyman in his young NBA career. I think we can all see that he has talent. He just may not have the maturity, dare I say,
Yeah, but
or
so
the
you got to
IQ.
realize like you're probably not going to be a star, okay? Like
Yeah,
you got to figure out 3 and D, like at least get a niche there, and then
yeah,
from there like find your way in the league, get some money, and then you can maybe branch off. But at least anything anybody's telling you about defense, you need to soak it up, know where to be, and know how to use that big body, 6'8", 6'9", long arms, athleticism. No reason why he shouldn't at least be a decent defender with
serviceable.
AD
Yeah,
behind you. Yeah. And then, hopefully he can start making shots. I mean, you just got to make open shots. Nobody's asking him to be, taking shots, create being a shot creator,
hmm
especially not with the Lakers for the minimum. So, yeah, hopefully just simplifying his job could bring out, some serviceability out of him. And maybe
yeah,
from there he could try to chase his dreams. I don't think he'll be with the Lakers for long term, but
probably not. Yeah, I mean, I more so want Cam to work with Phil Handy, and just to be around a top player like LeBron and AD, just so he can like just mature, bro. Like I guess it's kind of like you said, like just realize that just because you're not Zion or even RJ Barrett at this point, just because you're not getting 20 shots a game, like it doesn't mean you're a bum, bro. Like have confidence in yourself, be great at something, and then like be really great at that, and then like you said, like okay, like we could branch out after that. But um right now, like he has no value in the league, like which is crazy.
it's
He's
just all theoretical, like what he
yeah,
potential and stuff. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, we got him for the minimum, so hopefully we can get something out of him. But I don't imagine he's going to play a whole lot, if I'm being real. But I could be wrong. Torian
Worth the
Prince.
flyer though. Yeah.
For sure, for sure. Torian Prince. I think this is a really great pickup. This
Yeah,
is
I like this one.
this is what we really needed.
This is the
Give
one
me your
that's pissing
thoughts.
off a lot of people actually, that we got him for only I think 4.5 million or something like that. Basically
Uh-huh.
the biannual exception. Um, yeah, like he's what you want in that 3 and D kind of niche role player. He shot it well from three most of his career, like in the high 30s, even in the low 40s a few years. He's not a lockdown defender, but he's a guy. He uses his size. He's about 6'7" with some decent athleticism.
hmm
He's not going to take shots out of the offense. Like he knows who he is.
hmm
I think he might end up starting. We'll see how things play out. I mean, he
Over
could
who?
just. And I could see him just being that stereotypical like two guard. I mean, if D'Lo for some reason, you know, I'm just saying when it comes down to it, like like in the playoffs, like as the year progresses, I don't think see it
Oh,
starting off, but like I could see, maybe we just start Austin at the point and Torian, guarding somebody and something like that. I just love having that flexibility
yeah.
that you could kind of rely on that. If Cam Reddish don't pan out, then at
hmm
least you got a guy like Torian Prince. And I like that we're getting these 6'8", 6'7" guys. We're trying to get these size on the wings. That's been something I've been asking for years. So
hmm Yeah, I think Torian Prince, like basically conversely to what Cam is going to be. I think Torian Prince is going to play probably the most off the bench for us. I wouldn't be surprised if he averages like 25, 27 minutes a game. Uh, just because he's somebody that could probably play with that small ball LeBron lineup, and I think
yeah,
he'll probably be like somebody that really plays a lot for us. Um, Gabe Vincent. This was an interesting one. This is an interesting one. 3 years, 30 something million. I think we
yeah,
gave him for through the mid level.
yeah.
What do you think about it, man?
Ah, man, I think I've warmed up to it. I was a little confused about that one just because that was like one of our big money pieces, that mid level. I was like, Gabe Vincent, like but he just looking at how he's able to step up in the playoffs. He actually competes defensively for only
hmm
being 6'3". He's not just a washover. He's not a lockdown defender, but he's decent. Um, and he could shoot off of screens. He's a good spot up shooter. He's not deadly, but maybe he's getting better at that. He's still a youngish player and just finding his niche. So um, I don't know. I think for like the backup point guard role, maybe a little bit more offensive than Dennis was. I think this may be a different little change up. So I'm interested to see how it goes.
Yeah.
I don't love giving him a 3-year deal, but it's also possibly tradable too. So I think that was kind of our thing, getting these multi-year deals since we don't have as many draft picks. We want to have guys that are like tradable contracts. So
I don't know. I'm a little worried about Gabe Vincent for two reasons. One is because of the D'Lo thing. I would love for D'Lo to still be our starting point guard and still to be all the way in. I don't want him to have to be looking over his shoulder, and I don't want D'Lo to lose any confidence because at both of their best, D'Lo is better. That's my opinion. Now, Gabe Vincent, my second point, Gabe Vincent be taking some wild shots in my opinion. I don't mind if you come off a pick and roll and pull up, but if you do it 3 straight times down the floor and you have stars on your team, then I have a fucking problem. So I think Gabe Vincent. I mean, obviously, be aggressive and if you're open, shoot it, take your shots. But hopefully, he just doesn't bring all that wild shit here. But we'll see. We'll see.
he's
I'm
a
sure
big
I'll
he's
end
a
up
big
blaming him.
Lakers tax candidate too. To come over here and just can't make a shot. Like I'm worried
Yeah,
about that too.
yeah. Yeah, hopefully not. Jackson Hayes. This was a surprising one. We got him for the minimum as well. Stole him from New Orleans. Young, athletic, super athletic guy, 7-footer. From what I've seen from him though, he's a dummy. So we're gonna have to bring him along slowly but surely. But I think he'll be a decent backup for AD because we're just running the AD at the 5 thing. So what do you think about it? What do you think about Jackson Hayes and what do you think he can bring to us?
I think he'll be. I'm really interested to see how he plays in the. Assuming LeBron is back, which that's something we haven't really talked too much about. But him talking about retirement and stuff. But he seems like he's willing. He's
Coming
excited
back.
to come back. Yeah. Anyway, so
Yeah.
I think Jackson Hayes will be interested in those LeBron bench lineups. Just a guy to help cover. Because LeBron's really great at communicating defense, but he might not get to the spots. So you got somebody that could get to the spots, athletic, big body, good pick and roll, pick and pop. He's got a little pop to his game. He's not a great shooter,
Yeah.
but he gets out there. He's got a decent form, so hopefully that develops too.
He's still a
yeah,
lob threat.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the main thing. And he doesn't take like crazy shots like JaVale used to. Like JaVale, you give him the ball down there, he think, oh, I got a mismatch. Yeah, let me get on my Shaq shit. It's like, okay, stop it. But sometimes it goes in, but a lot of times like JaVale, okay, you get 2 of those a game. Okay, stop. You don't really got to worry too much about that with Jackson Hayes, so that's good. But yeah, interesting signing for the minimum, good value. Low risk, high reward. Hopefully, he also, he has some off the court issues. Hopefully, he stop hitting on women and get his anger issues together, and stop all that. But yeah, I like that value. Hopefully, we get another big.
I was about to say we still have an open roster spot. Well, technically we have 2, but we're probably going to leave 1 open. So
yeah,
there's nobody else really out there aside from the Christian Woods of the world. Mason Plumlee just re-signed with the Clippers, unfortunately. So there's him and Mo Bamba.
I'll take Bamba back, whatever.
I would too, honestly. What would you take Dwight back?
Hell yeah! Oh yeah!
Me too.
Easily.
Yeah. Me too. But I don't know. I don't think it'll happen. I hope it does.
I think guys don't like Dwight, man. That's just what the vibe I get. Like,
really?
Yeah, just seem like people don't fuck with him.
Wow, that's so interesting from his personality on the court. Anyway, we managed to keep our guys that we wanted to keep.
Yeah.
Austin Reeves, 4-year, $52 million. Happy for him, man. Another undrafted kid. He took a different route than traditional. He came in the same draft as Cade Cunningham, and he's making more than Cade Cunningham now, which is hilarious.
But he's still underpaid.
He is.
It's kind of crazy. Like we was able to get him for that deal.
Because
we're gonna have to extend another team
after next year, right?
He has a player option on the 4th year, so after year 3, we'll have to. Maybe we can extend him after next year. I don't know the extension rules, but it's just interesting. Like if another team would have given him an offer sheet, he could have had 4 years, $100 million. Like on that 3rd year, would have jumped up instead of the 20 million, it jumped up to 30+ million a year, and then same on the 4th year. So we're lucky. I mean, it sounds like we were going to match that too, regardless, because the first 2 years would have been the same salary. But happy. I want guys to get paid when they deserve it, but it's also like I'm happy that our team's able to get a guy undervalued. It just means we're able to add more talent with the team. So maybe
Yep.
that's part of it. Maybe he wants to just be on a great team during his run. So hopefully
Yeah.
they're able to keep doing that. Yeah, we was able to get him for a fantastic price, and the haters are mad at that. So.
We got D'Lo back 2 years. What was it? 33 million or something like that? 30.
I think like 37, 38, something like that.
Okay.
I think it's like 18 million per.
Okay.
Which
Yeah.
is, I mean, that's a
A
good price.
great
That's about
value.
what you thought. You were saying under 20. I didn't think we are going to be able to get that for him.
Yeah. I mean, I was hoping and praying. I mean, but look, like I said, I still think D'Lo is our best option at point guard, and hopefully we can keep him and keep him happy. We had a fantastic playoff run with him. I mean, he was pretty much terrible in the Denver series, but in every other series before that, I mean, he was key for
Came
us.
through,
So
we needed it, yeah.
yeah. So shout out to D'Lo, man. I'm glad you got some money. And then Rui, another one that was I don't think really ever in question. 3 years, 52 million or something like that.
Well,
really great value.
We
for
just
him.
didn't hear what other teams might have been interested in with Rui. So I don't know who we were betting
Competing
against there. Yeah, competing against. But regardless, I feel like it's a good value for both sides. Maybe
sure.
a little higher, but whatever. It's not 20 mil per. It's what 15 to 17 per, something like that. So
yeah, I think it's great, man. I mean, he's probably gonna start for us.
I hope
Him
so.
or Vando.
And we picked up Vando's option, so he's coming back too. So
yeah, I
team's
mean,
pretty much set.
yeah, I
We didn't really talk
like
about our
team.
draft picks either. I don't know really much about them, but
Yeah, that's why I didn't put anything. I don't know. I mean, I don't know these niggas. Yeah, I mean, I'll see him play today at 3:00 or 6 Eastern. But yeah, I mean, I don't know nothing about Fino. They're calling him Fino, and I don't know the other guy.
Maxwell, something like that.
Max? No. Who cares? They're not gonna play anyway.
Max Christie might get some minutes.
Yeah, hopefully he gets some minutes tonight. Yeah.
I'm talking about in general next season. But yeah, the Lakers. I'm feeling good about our Lakers, man. I feel like we got a chance. And look, I know we say this every fucking year, but look, Anthony Davis, brother. This is your year to set up. Like, there's no reason why you should not be in the MVP running. I mean, obviously health permitting, but stay healthy, and this should be your year to run this team, be the MVP. We should be contending for number 1 seed in the West. I'm hoping. I mean, Denver is going to be there too, and other teams are going to be there, of course. But we should be a great team this year and put in your MVP year.
Yeah,
this should be the year.
We do say that every year, but yeah, come on, AD. LeBron's going to be 39, bro. Help him. Portland, they gave Jeremy Grant a $160 million extension, and the next day, Dame was like, "Get me the fuck out of here."
Dame was like, "This is not what I was wanting." It's like I wanted Draymond Green, not Jeremy Grant.
Oh man! And look, shout out to Jeremy Grant's a great player. I would love to. I mean, not for 160 million, but I would love to have him on the Lakers. Yeah. I'm glad that he got his money, I guess. But Dame is funny. Like literally, it was literally the next day. He was like,
"The next morning, he was
like, I'm out of here."
I've seen enough.
Yeah, I mean, his preferred destination is Miami. I mean, apparently Ramona Shelburne thinks that the Spurs are in play. There's no way he's going to play with the young pup like Victor Wembanyama.
Wait, but how do you think this is going to go down though? Because I'm hearing reports that Portland is like,
that.
Like we're going to try to work with you, but we're not going to take this poo-poo platter from Miami. They don't got shit. So I don't know. Like I don't see that Miami trade being enough anyway. Even if he demanded kicking and screaming he was going to Miami, we're like, I don't want Miami's draft picks. They never make the lottery, so these draft picks aren't going to be bad. I mean, aren't going to be good. And then Tyler Hero is okay, but is he really better than Anthony Simons? Or if he is, how much better? So what does he do for him?
Yeah.
So, and they don't really got nothing else that's worth talking about for trade, unless you're going to trade Adebayo, which you're not. So,
yeah. No, Dame was like, I want Jimmy, Caleb Martin, and Adebayo to be there. So, yeah, they already lost Gabe Vincent, Strus. They lost.
And we didn't even really talk about the Bradley Beal trade. Like the Wizards kind of got raped in that trade. They didn't get shit, but it's also because Bill had a no trade clause.
Right.
So he was able to dictate the terms. Dame Lillard ain't got no trade clause. So, if
that nigga might be in Utah.
Or he might be in Boston. Might say if Boston offered up Jaylen Brown and Jaylen Brown's willing to sign an extension with the Blazers, hey, all right, run out Jaylen Brown and Jeremy Grant and Scoot Henderson. Y'all got a little squad, I guess. Anthony Simons. The Blazers, they just want to make the 8th seed, but Dame's like, I'm tired of making 8 seed and 7 seed. So that's why he's ready to go. But Portland, they just trying to keep on keeping on, and they be fine with that. Jaylen Brown might even be cool with that. That's his own team. Maybe he trying to get out of Boston, and I don't know.
He wants to be the number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, I mean, we'll talk about Philly. Maybe Philly, I don't know why Portland would want Harden, but maybe in some kind of 3-way trade or something with some other team. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It's probably going to have to be a 3-team deal at this point to get it done. Yeah.
Because he waited to the damn near everybody got signed too. Like, why he wait so long to come out and say he wanted to trade? So Dame might have screwed himself. He's, I don't know. He might want Miami really bad, but I would not be surprised if somehow San Antonio, they've got all this cap space, and they've got picks. They might be able to pull it off.
That's crazy. Dame Lillard, Keldon Johnson, and Victor Wembanyama, boy. Oh my God. Woo. Man. Philly, let's talk about it. Yeah, James Harden. This nigga has demanded another trade. Oh my God.
So on the eve of free agency, he opts in and says he wants a trade. So, but what does that tell you? Like, basically, nobody wants your ass. Like, you got the sign that you're gonna be out here in the cold. Nobody's with cap space is gonna re-sign him. Houston said, "I'm good. I'd rather sign Fred VanVleet for the max than sign James Harden."
Yeah.
Like that. They take that pill and swallow it. That's got to be tough. So, like, where is he trying to demand a trade to? Nobody wants his ass.
Javar. Don't you see it?
It's gonna be to the Lakers for D'Angelo Russell.
It's gonna be to the Lakers, bro, and I'm gonna be so upset. What? Like, I'm literally just waiting by my phone for the text from Woj. Just gonna be like, James Harden to the Lakers, D'Angelo Russell, and
on a trade.
Yeah,
with D'Angelo Russell and some other bullshit.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen, unfortunately. Or yeah. I mean, I don't really see anywhere else he could go that would make any kind of sense.
It's the Clippers. They were chasing him, but do they even have anything?
No, no, they don't.
Yeah,
they have Terrence Mann, but that's it. Or is it Trey Mann? No, Terrence Mann. Yeah, Terrence Mann. Their young guy. I mean,
maybe the Bulls trade Zach LaVine or something. I don't know, but why would they want Harden? I mean, they re-signed Vooch, which we didn't have for some reason. They kept Vucevic, so maybe Harden and DeRozan is better than
it's not
LaVine and DeRozan. I don't know. Yeah, I just don't. I think the gig is up. Like everybody sees you for who you are, James. Like, stop it. Like, people aren't getting fooled by this bullshit no more. Like, him, Kyrie, Russell Westbrook. I mean, their era is over, bro. Like, Steph Curry's like one of the last ones holding it down. Of course, LeBron.
KD.
CP3 trying to hold on. KD still trying to hold on. He kind of be getting bounced every year by these young boys too. So, I don't know. Like, I just feel like we've seen the changing of the guard, man.
Yeah, you're probably right. Unfortunately, shout out to Patrick Beverley. He also signed a 1 year with Philly. Is Patrick Beverley ever going to get like a real NBA contract? This dude's been on minimum.
He's still getting scraps.
Yeah, I feel bad for him.
Minimum. He had a couple mid levels. I think with Philly, he got like the mid level, or Houston. Yeah. So for somebody as like name brand as him, he probably gonna get paid more like on TV than he ever did in the NBA. So it's kind of crazy.
Probably.
He's gonna be on First Take. I mean, Undisputed. You need to go retire. Take that spot, Undisputed.
Yeah.
Skip.
Shout out to Shannon Sharp. Shout out to Shannon Sharp. He left Undisputed. Victor Wembanyama. The NBA draft. As we wrap up here, NBA draft went on as well. Spurs had the number 1 pick. They took Victor Wembanyama, obviously. Number 2, Charlotte went with Brandon Miller, who we'll get to see tonight. And number 3 was Scoot Henderson to Portland, and then the Thompson twins. This is gonna be a fun draft, man. A fun class, I think. I'm excited to see a lot of these guys. Are you excited to see anyone in particular? Because you'll be here for the Summer League in Vegas with me watching.
Yeah, buddy. I mean, of course, the top 3. I mean, really the top 5. I like the Thompson twins.
I do too, man.
It's just something about like how they carry themselves. I think both of them are going to probably be pretty good. Scoot, I think, is going to be really good. I think so too. And then and Wembanyama, of course. I mean, I hope Wembanyama is everything everybody wants him to be. I mean, they're rolling out the red carpet for this guy and just already calling him the future GOAT, putting up the things like one of our number one picks that have made all NBA first teams in like the last 40 years. Michael Jordan, Tim Duncan, and David Robinson, and like blah blah blah. It's like, man, like all this pressure they're putting on this kid, and he's taking it in stride, man. He's impressive.
Yeah.
So I hope he turns out to be everything that everybody wants him to be. Even though he's not on the Lakers, I just really do hope he's going to be that guy, because we need that, and I think for someone that's charismatic and likes to deal with the media and stuff, we need like the kind of the next LeBron guy, because like the Jokic's and Giannis's, they don't deal with the media like that. So we need somebody who's willing to hold court and be that guy to hold the flag, So yeah, I'm rooting for this guy, and I think he's going to be pretty damn good too. I mean, I don't know what I'm expecting in the first year. I mean, I don't want to sit here and say he's going to be like 25 and 10, but I won't be surprised if it's like 18 and 8 and 2 blocks. I mean, and maybe the Spurs make some noise, make the play-in or playoff or something. So,
which would be incredible for
their roster is still kind of shit. They haven't. I thought they were going to try to put together a bit more of a winning team, but they're playing it slow. That's okay.
Yeah, man. Look, like we said earlier, I think this is the best situation for Victor Wembanyama, being in San Antonio in that organization with Coach Popovich, however long he coaches for.
He signed a 3-year extension.
Oh, of course he did.
Like right after the draft. Yep.
And I think being kind of tucked away. I don't want to say tucked away, but being in a smaller market like San Antonio, where every single eye isn't going to be on you. But then again, he's Victor Wembanyama, so yes, it is.
But even the whole town's gonna give him nothing but love and support. A team like the Lakers, I mean, we'll give him a whole bunch of love, but it'd be a whole bunch of pressure and haters, and let him have a shitty game, and people will be on his ass, and it's just
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this summer league in particular, of course, I'm excited to be Victor. I mean, like we've literally cleared our schedules to make sure that we see this nigga play Friday. But like, yeah, I'm excited to see the Thompson twins, man. Like for some reason, they've been showing up a lot on my TikTok. And I've been watching a lot of their videos, their interviews, and their workouts and stuff. It's like you say, like they're really, really good, humble kids, but like they're like basketball junkies. Like they kind of remind me of KD to an extent. Like these niggas don't care about nothing but hoop, which you love to see it when these kids are like what 19, 20 or something like that. Like they don't care about the lifestyle, the parties, or the women or whatever. I'm not saying that they're not going to indulge, but like their main priority is being good basketball players, which you just love to see. So I think Detroit and Houston both got really good talents. And of course, I mean, Scoot Henderson, come on, bro. I won't be surprised if he makes All NBA, or I won't be surprised if he's an All-Star like next year.
Yeah, if I had to bet, he'd probably be my Rookie of the Year favorite.
Scoot,
especially if they get Dame out of there and he's kind of running the show.
I don't know. Victor Wembanyama's going to have the most shots on any team.
They're gonna, and they're gonna. I mean, the NBA is gonna like kind of want LeBron's rookie year. Melo had a great year, but LeBron just had to like basically do what people expected. He was gonna be rookie of the year, and he did. So yeah. And so Wembanyama will probably be on a similar pedestal, and probably, I mean, they're gonna get national televised games and all this stuff, and it's already a bit of a circus down there.
Do you think he's gonna play Christmas? Wouldn't that be crazy? The Spurs?
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, because I saw the draft was like the most watched draft like ever or something like that. Like people are tuning in for Wembanyama, bro. So I think they're gonna put him on Christmas because he's getting ratings. Yeah,
probably right. I mean, look, he got a whole country behind him. So.
They're gonna see the summer league ratings in Vegas, and they're gonna be like, hell yeah, put him on Christmas. Hell, put him on opening night. Put him on opening night. Like just start it off. Let's just go and rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, you're probably right. Adam Silver is one thing, but he is not a fool. So you're probably right.
I'm gonna say something. Let's say it.
Is he a fool?
He's one thing. He's Jewish, and they know how to make money, and they know what's important.
You better watch your mouth.
I say, hold on. It was a joke. But I got nothing against Jews.
That is hilarious. All right, man. Look, great pod. Can't wait to see you this week. Can't wait to go to Summer League. I'm super excited.
Yeah, and we might have to do a pod out there.
I was about to say, hopefully we get a live taping in. So
Wembanyama craze. Oh, he's crazy. He's so.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.